Hi guys, I'm US weather analyst Andrew Flecker on your Wednesday afternoon. Just doing a quick Wednesday afternoon outlook for you today. Not too much going on today. It's actually been a pretty nice spring day across most of the United States, with the exception of some rain across the southeast, some colder temperatures up around the upper Midwest. Other than that, it's been really nice with many areas getting in the 60s and some of the hot spots seeing 70. Looking at the next imagery here, just the water vapor of what we've been seeing, we do have one area of interest across the southeast, which I just discussed, and another area up here that just kind of came in from the Pacific yesterday or 2 days ago and is now affecting the upper Midwest with some colder weather, some rainier weather. Behind this, what's eventually going to then happen is we're going to be getting more of a high pressing down, and with that happening, we're going to get some colder weather happening, and there is going to be some type of energy that kind of pops in here, and it's going to form a low pressure. When that happens with this colder high pressure coming down, we're going to be seeing maybe potentially a swath of snow somewhere in this area up here. So I think that's going to be something to watch as we move into our Friday and Saturday to see if that does come true. But like I said, around some of the other areas, we just do have a swath of rain up here, and that's just about it. Elsewhere, we just have a nice eastern flow moving into the mid-Atlantic and northeast. They've been seeing some 60s already up to this point, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And another hot spot is around Texas, seeing 70. And of course, the sunshine state of California, seeing some of that nice warmth too. So, with further ado, let's go and look at the current temperatures. What we're looking at so far, we have an overall view of 73, and as you can see here, California kicks everybody's butt so far today, and I don't think anybody can get as colder as Alaska, as they are looking at negative 29 for a minimum temp today. But all in all, many areas have been doing pretty good. 68 in Arizona so far, another 68 in Florida, 68 in Texas, and I'll tell you what, even some 60s throughout PA, Virginia, all the way up to New Hampshire. So we've been looking at a pretty steadily nice day throughout most of the United States. I mean, of course, we do find in some areas of Kansas, Kentucky, Iowa, Illinois, Idaho, looking at those 40s and low 50s. But all in all, like I said, guys, it's been a fairly nice day. Now, what I was talking about in the beginning of the video was a storm that would be erupting in the next day or two, and that would be because of a high pressure extending down, really squeezing this low pressure. And with another high pressure, okay, over the Gulf, this low pressure would be really getting squeezed, and a lot of moisture would be drug into it, and it would be producing some snow, some rain, and even some severe weather. So it's going to have to be very much watched to see what this system does on the models for the next day or so we can really have a good idea what Friday and Saturday is going to bring here. So that's going to be one area to really watch, I do believe, over the next day or so. So we'll have to see how much snow can happen and how much severe weather could occur. So that's just going to be one thing to watch. And of course, what the system will then do is then move toward the east. I think in this area here, there could be some just very light severe weather at any intensity, but then it could become a little more intense as we get over the eastern half. So that's going to have to be watched. But all in all, it's going to be bringing rain, whether severe or not. So for some of those areas across the east who had some 4 to 5 days of rain, some more rain is going to be invited into the region later in the weekend, early next week. So keep an eye on that. And as we can see here in the next imagery, that shows you what happens after the system does move out. We start to get some cold air rocketing behind that. If this was January or February, we'd be talking about 20s or 30s as highs, but with the sun and where it is and the direction, the heat rays, the thicknesses so far this year, and up to March and almost April, the best you're going to get out of it for seeing cold air would be more characterized as cool air, looking at 40s and maybe mid 50s. So it's not going to entirely really bring out the scarves, the mittens, everything. It sure looks very deceiving, but I don't think it's going to be that entirely cold. Now, if you're in Canada and up in this area here, you might be talking about some cold temps, but of course, where the thicknesses are and how marginable things will be, I think it's not going to be, your January, February cold, but maybe a cool shot of 40s, mid 50s. Certainly not something that's going to be like what we had this week compared to early next week. So just kind of give a heads up on that. And of course, you do have a high pressure, and that eventually is then going to push this cold shot out of here, and then we're going to have a lot of warmth spinning out here, and that's going to move east. And I think we're going to have another warm and very nice next week once we hit into the mid to late next week across most of the United States. So that's about a wrap for what we are going to be seeing so far for this week and early next week. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and stop by again so we can talk a little more about what is in your forecast for later this weekend, and see where the snow will fall and etc. So hope you guys have a good one. Enjoy the warmth. It's going to be here for a while, and I can solemnly say that I think it's here to stay. So like I said, have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys later.